Alright, hey guys, what's going on? This is Christopher Z, of course, and Mikey Allstar here. Today we have another video. Oh yeah! So we're doing a new commentary video series, and this will be on the short films. Now I'll only be doing this every so often, like every 6 short films. So right now we're going to be going over Would You, Seconds, Reverse, Every Coin, Stress, and Patience. We'll be covering Break White in the next episode, which will probably be in like 6 months or so like half a year. But yeah. So alright, so I'm just going to be going through each one of these, just talking about a little bit like what I was thinking and stuff, like how I planned this all out and stuff, maybe like a little behind the scenes stuff. Just try to make it as interesting as possible. So let's go ahead and start off with Would You, the very first short film I made. So Would You was made in the summer of 2018, and the reason I made it is because I was watching a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies, trying to see movies I haven't seen before. I saw I think 11 or so in the summer, so that was a lot of fun. It was great seeing movies that I haven't seen yet and that are like just so amazing. So I was really inspired by that, like how he did his movies, like how they have like some like twists and turns in them and stuff, like and interesting stuff going on, and like kind of have, like that noirish feel to it. So I wanted to try to make something like that. So that's why I made Would You. And yes, so basically what happens in the story is this guy just like encounters this random guy, and he's like, hey, you know, we gotta kill. You gotta kill this one guy or we'll kill your wife. So, and yes, that's what happens. And then it turns out that that guy that he's going to kill is him from the future, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it's probably the weirdest short film I've made. And admittedly, this is probably my weakest one, but of course it's the first one, so yeah. This one, though, inspired me to make more, and I don't know really why I decided to make it in black and white. I just did. I was just like, hey, you know, this would look pretty cool in black and white, so I just to add that little noirish feel to it. And this, of course, being the first one is really what started all of this, and really what shaped the sort of format that I used for the videos. I try to have like just a few characters in the videos, and of course I had Mikey here and there. Oh yeah! And I also like have the endings be like open-ended, where I leave you guys to figure out what happened. This one isn't super open-ended, you know, it's just does he shoot himself or does he shoot his older self or whatever, or does he not do anything? So yeah, that's not really too much to think about there. Just yeah, and I called it Would You because I was like, hey, if you're in this situation, what would you do? Would you sacrifice yourself? Yeah, so anyways, it's kind of like Looper a little bit. If you haven't seen Looper, definitely recommend it. It's a great movie. But yeah, it's a little like that in a sense. So I guess that's probably where I got inspired from subconsciously. But yes, so not too much on there. And then Seconds, probably one of my favorite short films that I've made. The second one, see, second, you know. So it was basically the whole thing. It was really focused on like time. You know, it really doesn't quite seem it that much in the video. I feel like I could have done that better, where it's like more focused on like time and stuff. But I still feel like I still kind of got the message along, where like if that guy, the main character, like didn't like get there on time or whatever, like got there later, maybe you wouldn't have seen his wife cheating on him or whatever. Yeah, just like the feel of this one and like the coloring of it, I used sepia tone to just give it the like different feel to it, not like the black and white, but like a little bit of a warmer feel to it, sort of. And yes, originally this was also going to have like a little clock, like a whatchamacallit, a pocket watch in it, in one of the frames, like in the side, so it'd be like counting down like time moving forward and stuff, but instead I just use like ticking noise, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty easy. And then for the ending, I left it a little ambiguous, like who shot who, like if the main character shot the guy that was going to shoot his wife, or if that guy that was going to shoot his wife shot his wife, or, you know, like stuff like that. So not really at the same time, not really like a super ending that really makes you think a lot. It's just gives you like a few different options of what could happen and stuff. So, you know, yeah, not super deep with that aspect. Also, with each of these, I try to experiment with different things. Like, for example, this one, like, there's 2 people in the car, but the car is really designed for 1 person. So what I did was I, like, added, like, a base plate and stuff, and I added extra seats. So in the perspective, it looks like he's actually in the car, but he really isn't in the car. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I've done that before, too, and I did that recently with brake lights as well. But I experimented, well, actually not brake lights, sorry, with, actually, what did I do with it? I don't know. I did it recently. It was actually for something else, though. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, I take what I do in this and, like, transfer it over to, like, my other stuff, too, to, like, you know, like, just different stuff like that, yeah. I also give these ones, like, their own unique feel to it, of course, with the different colors, like black and white and stuff. I don't usually make videos in black and white, except for these ones. And I also, like, do, like, unique camera angles and stuff like that, so, yes. Alright, so Reverse, probably my second least favorite one. I feel like this one could have been done better. The idea was to have like this guy who is a detective when he goes to this crime scene and he sees like what happened in his mind, like, but it's all playing in reverse, so you like see the kill first and then like rewinds. I guess this was inspired by Memento, you know, the scene in the very beginning if you've seen the movie. So yeah, that's what inspired me for that, and I feel like I did an alright job of it. You can like see my hand in some shots though, I think. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing this again, not like a complete remake of it, but like the similar idea to it, but I'm going to be doing it in stop motion, so it'll look cooler. So that'll be a lot better. I'll be doing that eventually, I don't know when, but yes, that's one of my goals in the future, to make like something in reverse. So anyways, yeah, so that was pretty fun to make though. I like the idea, I just didn't feel like I accomplished it as well as I should have. But yeah, and also the coloring is kind of interesting. Like I used this like blue tone to it. It's not really my favorite, I haven't used it since, but I kind of want to use it again eventually. I was going to use it in Breaklight, but I decided to go with sepia tone, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I just went with that. I thought it was a pretty unique look about it, so there's something with that. And then the ending, of course, you have the detective being confronted by the murderer, and it doesn't show you who shoots who or whatever happens, so I guess that's sort of a decent ending. And then every coin, another one of my personal favorites. So of course every coin, the name is from two sides of every coin, you know, like they're both brothers and stuff. They both kind of live similar lives, but except for one is a cop and one is like a criminal. So this is actually like one of the second, I believe the second idea that I came up for the short films. So I had this one pretty early on, but I finally did it. And originally I was going to have it use two different color gradings. I was going to use black and white, and then something else like sepia tone or something, whatever, with the different perspectives. Because at first you start at the beginning with both of them confronting each other, but then it reveals slowly like who they are and stuff. Like I believe the guy's name is Derek, the criminal. I was going to have like his in black and white or something, and then like it moves on to the cop, I don't remember his name, Nolan or something, I don't know, and his would be in like a different coloring as well, different shading, visual effect filter, whatever you want to call it, not visual effect filter, and then like they would come together, and I was going to like make it so like half the screen was one color and the other half was another color, but I decided just to go with what I did there. That would be a lot easier. So yeah, that was that's what could have been. But yes, to this day, it's still my longest short film. Technically, Equivocal is a short film, but it's like it's styled in the same style that I use for short films, but I use it differently, so it's long. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but yeah, it's like it's styled in the short films, but it's longer. Anyways, so yeah, every coin, that's pretty fun to make. I enjoyed making that one. I used this one. I experimented with like blurring and stuff, like purposeful blurriness. Like in the beginning, as you see, like the bank symbol is like very blurry, and then it like zooms out and like comes into focus. I liked how I did that. I thought that was kind of cool, fun thing to experiment with, and I do use it on occasion too, like the blurry thing, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so that was a fun one to make. Definitely one of my favorite ones. And yes, alright, so now we're on to stress. Now here's something weird I want to say before. So I kind of like to think these in like trilogies, even though they're not connected. Like I think of Would You to Reverse as like one solid like series sort of thing, and then like the season 1, if you will, and then like Every Coin, Stress and Patience, and like series 2. I don't know why I think of that like that, but you know, that's how I think about it for some reason. Anyways, so yes, we talked about Every Coin. Now we're going to be talking about stress. I had the idea for stress one night before I went to bed. I just thought of this like guy that was disarming a bomb, but it doesn't show why he's disarming the bomb until like the very end, where everything's like revealed slowly. So that's basically where I went with that. And you've got the ticking sound of the bomb, which is basically similar to what I did in seconds, but instead of in seconds I used music and the ticking. I just used the ticking throughout the entire thing, I believe. So just to like add stress, of course, you know, like the sound of a clock ticking and getting faster does make you feel a little more stressed, and adds a little more tension, I'd say. So yeah, I just wanted to like slowly reveal everything, and then in the end he cuts the wire, and there are basically only like two options here: either it blows up or it doesn't. But you know, if it doesn't, then what happens after that? So yeah, that's kind of the open-endedness of it. So yeah, that was probably one of my favorite endings, just like the wire quick getting cut, and then that's the end. Yes. So yeah, I like doing open-ended endings like that for the short films mainly. I don't really do that with other videos, but that's for the short films. Anyways, so yeah, that was a pretty fun one to make. I feel like it could have been better. I feel like there's some things I could have done better, but overall I feel like it was still pretty decent. Now, of course, I'm not saying these are the best videos ever. Of course, there are definitely a lot of room for improvement, and I feel like there are some problems. Like, for example, like even though I don't reveal everything, I try to reveal as much as I want to, but also keep a lot in the dark. That also leaves it so like the video doesn't feel like completely complete. He doesn't have like that complete feel to it because you don't know everything. So yeah, I feel like that's a problem. That's also like an advantage and like a disadvantage. You know, like it's more of a mystery, but also there's not really too much given to you guys as the audience. So you know, but that's all right. So all right. So last and certainly not least, we have Patience, another one that I thought was pretty decent. So this one, of course, is about this guy that's just watching this girl, but eventually it's revealed that he's a hitman. And then in the end, he either kills her or doesn't. And then if he doesn't, then like what happens? Like, and they also don't reveal why she's being hunted by this guy or anything. So there's like a little ambiguity there. So yeah. My favorite thing to do for this one was really just like the camera angles and like the different narration and stuff. I just wanted this guy to like just be thinking about who this girl is and stuff because he doesn't know anything about her except for like what she looks like and like where she lives and stuff like that. Well, not necessarily where she lives, but where she passes every day. So yeah, no, like the camera angles too are a lot of fun. Like I said, like the final shots where it like zooms out, so, like you see both him and her. That was one of my favorite shots that I've done, and yeah, I feel like that turned out pretty well. So yeah, overall it was a pretty fun one to make, and yeah, probably one of the darker ones. I don't know which one is actually the darkest. I'd say probably Breaklight is probably the darkest, which is kind of ironic since it has lights in the title. But yeah, so yeah, these ones aren't exactly light like my other stuff. These ones are a little more darker. And yes, I also with Black and White, I was thinking about this earlier this week or last week, whatever, about like another like meaning behind like the Black and White. You know, of course I just do it to make it look cool, look like an old movie sort of. But another meaning, it could be like the colors. You don't see all of the colors. You only see like 2 colors in the video. So like I'm hiding stuff from you guys, but I'm also hiding the colors, which I thought was kind of interesting way to think about it. And alright, so the future of the short films. I definitely plan on making one at least once a month, but some months I won't make them because I'm making like a full-length short film styled video, you know. But most months I'll try to post one. So it's a lot of fun to make. It doesn't take too much time. At the most, I'd say probably the longest one to make was probably Every Coin. I don't know which one actually was the longest to make. But I'd say it probably only takes about an hour, probably a lot less than that, especially depending on like just like the subject and like how easy it comes to me, like the improv and stuff, how easy it comes to me. And yeah, you know, just like designing the sets and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I use the same buildings a lot in the videos, you know, just because, why not? Just to add some familiarity, even though like the subject is different, like the character's different and stuff, still has the familiarity of the building and like the overall like feel of it, you know, like the kind of darker feel, the kind of noirish feel to it, you know. And in terms of color, you know, I said that all of these were in black and white, or like different styles of black and white, basically the same thing. Just only 2 colors usually. Of course, you have like the grays and stuff, but you know, it's black and white. So, anyways, so in terms of like actually making like one in color, I thought about it. I don't know if I will do it eventually. Maybe one day I'll make one in color, but I don't know yet. So I'll have to decide if I want to do that. But it could be something that I do in the future. You know, these are very experimental, so I like to experiment with different stuff. So maybe we'll experiment with color a little more. And of course there are the colored parts in Equivocal. I don't know why I did that, just because I felt like it. And I kind of wanted to display like the vividness and stuff of Vietnam, because Vietnam of course is a very colorful place. It's a lot of greens and stuff, so it's like a lot of jungles and whatnot. So I wanted to display that to make it more vivid and make it more, I guess, quote unquote real, even though it's a dream. So yeah, anyways, so that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be doing this again in the near future, probably in July, maybe, probably more like August or something. I don't know. It'll be eventually like later this year. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video once again. I might be making one of these on Equivocal. I don't know yet, maybe. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.